What's up friends, Chook here and welcome back to Bit Heroes. It is Thursday day, it is Capture 8 day, we have our 50% here. Let's make sure I've got my runes on, which I do. And as you may have noticed, we do have the offhand set equipped and fully upgraded, and we are max TS. Hooray, we finally did it. So we are over 4k, 4053 TS, which is awesome. So now I'm pretty much fully equipped. The only thing I can do now is get enough beanstalks to upgrade and replace the chest piece with the third set to get, so at the moment we have 2% ricochet chance for having 2 set. For the 3 set we get damage increased by 10% to enemies above 75% health or below 25% health. And then that's as far as we'll go with this set, because we do have Vilage, this mythic head on, which gives us 4% in power, which is too good to waste. So that will be the next upgrade if we get there, and then once that's done, we'll start working on Peppermint Ring if we get that far. So considering this is a fully upgraded tier 9 set, legendary, sorry, when I exchange that, I should get roughly 50 beanstalks per upgrade. So considering it's been upgraded 4 times and you get 50 for the legendary itself, we should get roughly 250 beanstalks back ish. And to upgrade this fully costs 600, I think. So we're going to need, what, like 350 beanstalks to upgrade this, to get this guy with this. So once we, let's start again. Once we exchange this, we should need roughly 350 beanstalks as well to be able to max this out and replace it. So we've got a bit to go. At the moment, I have like 20 something, 24. So we need 350, we have 24. It's going to be some time till we get that. Whether we get that and the Peppermint Ring done before tier 10 comes out, we don't know. There is still no news on tier 10 when it's coming out or something, but like I've mentioned and speculated and stuff, I can't think it's too far away. But either way, we are max TS, we got the offhand set, and that's what we were working towards. So hooray for us. Okay, let's get started with our capture rate, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to switch it up a little bit. As we can see, we have, if we go to fusion, for our this bad boy, we have our 2 Velks, and we have this. All we need is the duo bombs to go for this, but we have the 2 Velks already. Now we're going to need another Velk to make this guy plus, like, once we get it to +5, we're going to need another Velk to make it, to make another one to work towards this warrior guy. We're also going to need 3 Velks for Torlag. So I thought, instead of going for duo bombs again today, we maybe do that as well, but to start with, at least, let's go and try and get some more Staeuses. Let's decline, turn that off, and just for something different, because we've done duo bombs for the past, like, I'm gonna say 3 weeks, maybe a month, with no luck, which kind of sucks, but hey, congrats. But maybe we can try our luck on some Staeuses and see how we go. So we're going to need, there we go, perfect, straight away. Son of a bitch. We're going to need a lot. So we're going to need, it's 6 per Velk. So we need 1 Velk for the extra Walkham. So that's 6. And then we need 3 for Torlag. So that's 6, 12, 18. And so we need 24 Staeuses, which is a lot. Holy shit, that's a lot. I knew I needed a lot, but I hadn't done the math yet. But 24 Staeuses is quite the amount. So maybe we'll just do a Staeus video. Why not, right? I mean, the duo bombs is more important, because maybe not, because we do need that duo bombs. It is more important because once we get that, we get +4 Walkham, which is like much more important than getting Staeuses we don't particularly need just yet. But we'll do this just for something different. So yeah, we are max TS, as I said, working on those upgrades while we wait for tier 10. Once tier 10 comes around, who knows what's going to be there, what gear's going to be there, what sets, what mythics, what bonuses, all that jazz. So I can't really speculate as to whether we will try and keep this 3 set that we've got, or maybe we'll try and keep Vilage for the 4% in power, because that's really freaking good, man. It's all speculation. and it's something we can't really talk about too much without knowing the future of what gear is going to be there. The other thing is I've had questions that kind of lead. We've got 31 of those dudes. That leads on to answering a question that I got, a couple of questions actually during the week, which is what I try to do to start off with at least. I had 2 questions this week about whether it's worth, like someone got some sets from tier 3, I think it was, or tier 5 or something, and they're like, is it worth like upgrading them and then like getting them to the next tier level and stuff? And the answer is no, absolutely not. And I would say, unless you're either pay to win or pay to convenience, and you have like a lot of spare materials laying around, getting a set piece or mythic or something from a previous tier up to the next tier is a really long, annoying, expensive process. So if you want to just get one item, say you wanted to, so like a lot of people have done it with Yak Blade, right? They've got Yak Blade, which is a set from tier 8 up to tier 9. It's just one item, and it's the sword. I'll show you because Siranin has it. If I can find him in guild chat quickly. There he is. Yak Blade. So this was tier 8. He's got it up to tier 9. And as you can see, he's only got that for the set, so he gets no set bonuses or anything. But what's good about it is if we go to his skills, Yak Blade has a spread heal on it as part of its skill set. So any mythic or set weapon has different skills to. So this is a sword, obviously. So it's got all the normal sword moves, but then it's got its own little fancy move because it's a set piece. So the Yak Blade set piece bonus thing is the Yak Blade specifically. Its unique thing is this spread heal. So a lot of people have gone and got the Yak Blade from tier 8 and upgraded to tier 9 to keep that spread heal on it, so that they can go around being a DPS with a heal, which is handy. So for instance, if we wanted to, let's just quickly fail this. There we go. If we wanted to keep our UMD Lazalolt, for instance, which we could keep it with this deals damage to target enemy attacks 2 times, or we could do this deals damage to everybody additional 4 times. Like this procs your pet and your accessory like a lot. If we wanted to keep this particular weapon, we could think about doing that, right? And maybe we'll go into that. Maybe we'll take a look at that after this, and I'll show you the process. But you need a lot of materials, and you need a lot of things for it to work. So long story short, if you're in lower tiers and stuff, it's kind of irrelevant anyway, because my advice has always been don't worry about legendaries or sets or mythics or anything, because you're just going to replace it with epics in the next tier anyway. And pretty much don't focus on legendaries or sets or 39 Zorgs. Holy shit. Make it 40. Damn it. Don't focus on anything. Just focus on epics. Maxing epics out because it's cheap. And you like a fully upgraded epic compared to a fully upgraded legendary is it's not like it is, but it's not that much difference in TS. Like it's not like, you know, a fully upgraded legendary is 4 times the amount that a fully upgraded epic is. But to upgrade those epics, you're going to need the specific materials, right? So if you're in Zone 2, Dungeon 2, Raid 2, far out, Raid 2, you're going to need Hyper Shards, and that's a pain in the ass to get, and da-da-da. So just focus on epics. But if you're in tier 8 and you want to go to tier 9 and you've got Yak Blade, for instance, and you want to keep it because that heal type thing, you can. I would just say if you're going to upgrade a set piece or a mythic or something from one tier to the next, only do it from the tier directly below the current top tier. So tier 8 to tier 9, if you're willing to do it, you can do it, but I wouldn't be going from trying to get something from tier 7 to tier 9 because you'd be there all freaking year trying to do it. So if you have a look, we go to craft. How can we do this? If we go Reforge, here we go. This is a good idea. So we've got Comet Fell, right? Which is effectively this is the exact same process you would go through doing Yak Blade, except it's a mythic. I don't have a set. Oh no, I've got these guys. This will work. So this is a set from tier 8. So this is the same thing as Yak Blade, right? So if I wanted to upgrade Adorned Malice from tier 8 to tier 9, you max it out to start with. So that's a lot of materials already. But let's say you already had it maxed out because you want to get it to the next tier up. So let's go with that. You'll click on this. You'll go Reforge. You'll click on this, and then you can see you can reforge it to the different attributes, whatever. But if you wanted to upgrade it to the next tier, you would need a set material from... You need a set material, two set materials from that tier and one set material from the next tier. Or maybe it's the opposite way around, I can't remember. But you need to loot a lot of sets and break down a lot of sets to start with. Then you need 500 of that current raid's material. So luminous stones, for instance, you need 500 of them, and you need 250 of the next tier, which you're trying to get it up to. So in this case, beanstalks, just to get this one thing. So if this was Yak Blade and you really, really wanted to get Yak Blade up, you would go, okay, I need 250 beanstalks, I need 500 luminous stones, and these set pieces that you've got from exchanging all the sets from the tier 8 and the tier 9, just to get one thing up. So if you're going to do a whole set, my god. So if we go and take a look at like Eagle, for instance, if he's got it on, let's find out. Or Chaos is a good example. Right, he's got the Oblit set from tier 8 up to tier 9. So he's gone through that process 4 times, which is going to cost a lot of materials, a lot of time, a lot of resources and stuff. But if you're kind of like pay to win, pay for convenience type thing, and you're putting like money in every once in a while, let's just ignore that. And you're buying bubs and you're doing raid shard baskets and all that stuff. You probably have, hey, there we go. There's 1 out of 24, 23 to go. You probably have a lot of those materials laying around anyway, so it's not too bad. But if you're free to play like me and you've never spent a cent and you just get what you get, it's not worth it, man. It takes too long and it's too much drama. And then say again we wanted to get this weapon up to the next tier. By the time the next tier comes out, we'd probably still have to keep doing tier 6, raid 6, sorry, to get enough beanstalks to be able to do it. So not only are you not doing the new content, not only is it going to take you forever to do it, and you're going to need a shitload of materials and stuff, you're not even doing the new content because you have to go back and do the previous tier's content to get enough materials to be able to do it. So yeah, I would say as free to play, don't even bother. Just don't worry about it. Just go through and get whatever the new set is, if it's a DPS set or a tank set or whatever build you're playing. Work around getting the newest set from the raids or Trials Gauntlet or whatever it be. And if you can't get that, then try for the like mythics from the heroic raid, providing when you can get to the heroic raid, and expeditions and all that sort of stuff, and try and deck out with mythics instead if you can't do the sets, stuff like that. But getting a previous set up to the new tier is just a giant pain in the ass. Yeah, so that's hopefully that's kind of answered that question. I probably talked about that for a good probably 5 to 10 minutes. So hopefully that has answered that question. It's not worth it unless you spent money and time and sanity trying to do it. So moving on from there, if we talk about capture rate for a sec, we kind of already like talked about this and we've talked about it in previous weeks, but yeah, the Walkham +5 and then an extra one for Wall, and then we're going to try and work on Torlum, and then we're going to try and get a Mythic Fusion, which would be good. Mythic Fusion as free to play is, in my eyes, is like getting towards the impressive side of things, because it's such a hard thing to do. So that should be pretty good. I'm excited about that. We also, I forgot to mention, we did, a lot of people congratulated me, which is very nice of you all. But I showed off that we got max TS and the offhand and everything. But what I didn't show was that we did reach level 300 as well. And I think we're actually level 301 now. Yeah, we are. So we've managed to get 300 and level 300 and break that kind of benchmark, which is cool. It's going to be, I don't want to speculate how long it's going to be to get to level 400. I don't know, man. More than a year, easily. So I think I was level 220 or something when I joined the main Discord, the main Bit Heroes Discord, which I don't like at all. And that was like forever ago. So yeah, and then like every level is exponentially, like it goes exponentially up the XP you need. So from level 300 to 400 is going to be way more XP than what level 200 to 300 was. So we'll see. We'll see how long it takes. But what I did mention is, in a previous episode at least, was that usually I run item find runes on every single day, no matter what, unless it's Thursday, in which case, like today, I put on my capture rate runes. Damn it. I put my capture rate runes on, and then for capture rate day, but every other day I just put on item find, because every other day I'm doing raid 6 and stuff. And that, you know, is fine, I guess. I would say the worst tier 9/raid 6, whatever, has been, out of all of the tiers that I've played, from all the way from the very start of the game to now, like the entirety of the game, entirety of all the content it has to offer, tier 9 has been the worst RNG for me personally. I've really struggled with this current tier 9 last 6 months or so, however long it's been, since raid 6 came out, and it's been the most frustrated I've been with the game, let's put it that way. And just drops have been hard to come by, and all that sort of stuff. So hopefully tier 10 picks that up a little bit. Hopefully it changes things up as well, just to keep it fresh. As I have mentioned, there has been, and you've probably noticed yourself, there's been a crap ton of like whales and high level players and stuff that have just stopped playing. They've just given up, whether they've got bored of it, or whether they're just burnt out and they'll come back, or whether they're just waiting for the new content to come out, or whether they've just decided that you know, the devs aren't doing, that they're not doing what they should be doing, or who knows, but I do know that there was a big uproar a couple of months ago about drop rates and all that sort of thing, and that these, you know, the whales and everything I just said were using bubs and all these item find chance drop thing, and capture rates and all these, you know, fancy things, and they weren't getting anywhere near the return that they used to. And they're like, well, you know, now they're just being greedy, asking, like, expecting people to fork out all this money for all these consumables, and not having the same kind of loot chance as what they used to. And I think a lot of people quit back then. I'm not sure whether that's been fixed or changed, or who knows, but yeah, I mean, it's the nature of these type of games, these particularly grindy games as well, and just anything in general, you know. Like for me, for instance, I've played quite a few different games for a long ass amount of time. World of Warcraft is like the kind of textbook kind of cliche stereotype for that type of thing, you know, that if you're a World of Warcraft player, or you've played it before, I would say more than 95% of people don't just dabble in it for like a month and go, you know, if you've played World of Warcraft, the chance of you having played World of Warcraft for multiple years is quite high. And I played from, damn it, well, we don't need him anyway, so who cares. I played from launch, like the very first day it came out, all through vanilla, all through Burning Crusade, all through Lich King. Then I stopped for a bit, came back at the end of Cataclysm, and then stopped for a bit, and then came back middle of Panda, and then played the first month of whatever was after Panda. I can't even remember what it was, and that's when I stopped. So that was a good, like, 400 years, it feels like. So, you know, eventually you just get burnt out. Overwatch is another one. I played a shitload of Overwatch when it came, not that that game has been going for like, you know, 10 years, but I played a shit ton of Overwatch when it came out, got burnt out, stopped for about 6 months, and then came back and played for another 6 months-ish, and then I haven't played since. In fact, let's do a duo bombs, right? Let's just do something and hope that we get it. What's another one? League of Legends. My YouTube channel started as a League channel, doing like basic guides, like low level guides for new players, just like I did with this. And I was ranked high silver, and I never got to gold because I hated playing ranked. But I never toot my own horn. I never believe, you know, that I'm great or anything like that. But I honestly believe that I would have easily got to gold had I put the time and effort in. But I pretty much did my 10 placement matches, and whatever I got is what I got. I didn't want to play ranked anymore because I hated it. And I think I got silver 2 as my ranking for one season. That was the highest I got. So I reckon I was good enough to be gold, I think, but I just never put the time in. If you're a League player, you probably know what I'm talking about. If you're not a League player, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. But I played League for like 4 years or 3 years or whatever it was, a long ass time. And just, again, got burnt out. That was more not to do with the gameplay so much, but the community, because they're a pack of ferals, and they're all like 12-year-old kids who think they're awesome, and just assholes. So, you know, people get bored and burnt out of stuff, and I can totally see, tangent rant finished, why that would be the case with Bit Heroes as well, because it's very repetitive, right? It definitely has its hook, and you know, if you're watching these videos and stuff, you're obviously enjoying the game, and that's good. But I can see why people would get burnt out, and I would say the closest I've been burnt out is this tier. So let's hope that tier 10 has something new to offer, or they change some stuff or whatever. I would also like some new kind of mechanics. So if we're looking at, I was thinking about this before, and I made a video a while ago now about the top 5 kind of mechanics I would like to see added or changed or implemented or something along those lines in Bit Heroes. And like one of them was like a whole new chat process, like a whole new chat thing, because the chat in this game is probably the worst chat I've ever experienced in any game ever. It's horrible. I hate it so much. So that was one. Another one was a type of... I'm trying to think what they were. Another one was a type of like smash option or blitz option, where you might get like one daily raid smash a day and maybe one daily dungeon smash a day. So if you're running low on time, because dungeons can take raids can take a while to do, right? And you just go like, you know, smash, and it just automatically finishes the raid for you, and at the end it comes up with all the loot that you looted. It comes up with all the persuasion chances, so like you can go, you know, duo bombs came up with persuasion, and like blue dog robot came up with persuasion, and then at the end of the game, at the end of the raid, at the end of the smash, you can option whether you want to persuade or bribe, and all that sort of stuff. So you can just instantly do a raid and a dungeon and maybe a trial/gauntlet every day, just to save a little bit of time, because I know that there's people out there such as myself, you know, that are married and got families and work and all that sort of thing, and sometimes you know, as well as like I make YouTube videos obviously, and just social life and everything else, sometimes I don't get around to doing every single thing and spending every single resource and stuff on Bit Heroes every day, just because it takes so long. So a smash option would be nice, stuff like that. So I have a video on that. I'll try and remember to put the link to that in the description if you're interested. It was a while ago, so all of the like probably newer subs, like 500 plus subs, newer subs, wouldn't have seen that in their feed. So if you're interested in that, I'll try and remember to put the link in the description. Otherwise, you can just search it on my channel, and it'll be there. And that video was fairly well received as well, so you know, it must have been alright, I guess, which is nice. But as far as like mechanics for like RPG type games, right? I was thinking about this. What could they do? And there's stuff like they could add. They've got bonuses and stuff to sets, right? And mythics and empower chance and dual strike and all that sort of stuff. But maybe they could add some other kind of RPG tropes in there, like maybe poison. You know, like maybe there could be like weapons or set pieces or something that have poison stuff. So like it might be, they could do it 2 ways. They could do that every hit you do poisons, and it does kind of like a healing pet or an offensive pet, right? If we quickly have a pause, maybe I'll make another video with like more 5 new ideas, and this poison thing would be one, for instance. So if we have a look here, 61.5% chance to heal and shield team for 141 to 173 when you hit an enemy. It could be like, let's say it's on a weapon, right? It could be every single hit you do does poison, but it might be like does like 30 to 50 poison damage each round for 5 rounds, stacks 3 times or something, you know, something like that. They could do it that way, or they could keep it like this, where it's like you know, 50% chance to do 200 to 400 poison damage over 3 rounds. So they could either do it happens every single attack for little amounts that stacks, or like a percentage chance that does it for bigger damage but it doesn't go off every time. So something like that would be cool, like new kind of modifiers. Because we've got the dual strike, we've got the empower, we've got the damage and rage, we got all those type of things. And they're great, but they've been around for ages, right? It would be nice to see like something new. And I think when you think of RPGs and those type of things, like poison is one, stun chance is another one, you know, like, again, it could be probably not every hit, because then you would just stun lock people, but you could have like a set bonus, for instance, like a 4 set bonus, like 4 out of 4 could be like 25% chance to stun the target for one round or something. And then, you know, but that I guess that could be, I don't know how they would work it out, but stun could be cool. But if everybody on your team had that set piece, you could permanently stun lock everything. I don't know, but something like that, poison, stun chance, all that type of thing, from like thinking about RPGs and stuff. That if they could implement that somehow, that would like keep things fresh, because everyone would be like, oh, look at all these new modifiers, look at all these new sets, look at all these new things. That could be cool. But we shall see what they come up with. I doubt they will change anything and put anything new. We probably finished a lot of these by doing all those dungeons, which we have. We'll see what they do. But if something like that, you know, whether it be poison or stun chance or just a new modifier or something like that sounds good, let me know in the comments and what you think and what possibly they could add that you think would be cool as well. The newest thing I think that they've put in to kind of re-energize, revigorate, like make better, make more exciting thing in any recent time that I can think of is mounts, right? All the cosmetic mounts, and that's great. Cosmetic mounts are cool. Mounts in general, in fact, and then the cosmetic mounts, that's cool. That's a new addition. They had pets, they had like accessory things. Mounts was the next thing that they could do, and that was a cool thing. But that's been a long time since that's been implemented. The cosmetic mounts, they just keep bringing out over and over again. And like I said, I don't care about that. If people want to spend their money on cosmetic stuff, I'm totally fine with that. That's a-okay with me. But they're still going with this cosmetic mount vision, and I think maybe it's time for something new. So we can hope in the new tier that something new does happen. Either way, that is capture rate done. We did get 1 Staeus. Is that all we got? That whole video? 1 Staeus? Let's have a look. 1 Staeus. Yeah, 23 to go. But at least we got something, so it's still a success. But for now, I will leave you, and that will be it. When we come back on Sunday, Expedition will be done, right? Expedition will be donezo. Hang on, wait, today's Thursday, Friday, yeah, so we won't be able to do Expedition, which is unfortunate. Actually, while I'm here, before this disappears, Iconic is rank 40, which is great. Not particularly due to me this time around. I didn't hit Expedition particularly hard this time around. I'm at just over 200k. But we can see here that Spook is absolutely destroying it. He's trying to get the X5 schematic and having no luck. So hopefully he can get that in the next day in however many hours it was. And Splooshy and they're killing it as well. And then the next tier down, Slayer and Pip and Zaki and all that sort of stuff. But overall, I've been really happy and impressed with our guild's contribution to Expedition. It's been really good. Rank 40 is pretty good considering we're not a pay to win or you know, whale guild and stuff, so that is really good to see. But Expedition won't be there, so Sunday we'll just get some Gauntlet and some Raid 6 going and try and get some and World Boss probably as well, trying to get some more Beanstalks so we can upgrade this chest piece, right, and replace this chest piece with the set, have the 3 set, and then no doubt once we do that, tier 10 will be announced and we'll have that tier set to that 3 set piece to go through doing all the progression in tier 10 to start the whole process all over again with new gear, hopefully with some new modifiers, but we'll see. Either way, that's it for now. Hopefully you enjoyed it. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. If you like this video, click here to see another one just like it. If you're new to the channel and like what I'm doing, click here to subscribe and become the newest member of the Chicken Coop. If you really like what I'm doing, you can find a link to my Patreon in the description, where you can help support me and help the channel grow. You'll also find a link to the channel's Discord server where you can chat with me and other members of the Chicken Coop. And don't forget to hit that notification bell.